The next thing that happened, and the reason I was in the news this week was I had a hot water tank blow up at one of our properties, and it fed, I think it feeds about 3 or 4 units, because the rest now have their own hot water tanks. And anyway, so it blew up on a Friday or a Saturday. We did an emergency call out to get it looked at. It was an old oil tank.
An oil-fired hot water tank, yeah.
An oil-fired hot water tank. We weren't able to replace it with that because then we had to do a bunch of other stuff to kind of get it up to code, and it didn't make any sense. So to do a better setup, we were going to do an electric tank. They didn't have one because they needed a bigger than standard residential one. Anyways, long story short, we worked on getting like an electrician out there and a plumber in time. It ended up being, I think, Monday that they did it.
Yeah.
In that same utility space, there was a washer dryer setup. They had to steal the dryer feed to power the hot water. Mm-hmm. So obviously I was like, I think the hot water is a little more important than your coin-op dryer. Mm-hmm. So that got done. But now they don't have a dryer for a temp amount of time because we're going to reset up a new feed to do the dryer. Anyways, in the meantime, one of our tenants decided to take it to Reddit. And
I love this guy.
Yeah, this guy's done this a few times with me before. Anyways, he twisted it in kind of a way that it's like I don't know, he words it very strongly, and the internet's very quick to support on these kinds of things. And then it kind of went to the point of someone being like, name this person. And so then he responded by putting my name, linking all of my real estate pages, and he linked something else too. I think the property management. Anyways, so we put that on there, and then people just proceeded to absolutely berate me online, which is the part that I'm kind of surprised about. It's like people don't live in the building. They're getting only one side of the story, but then they're super quick to like make comments as far as, I hope this guy crashes his car and dies.
Wow.
And I'm not making this up.
That's a quote.
That's a quote unquote. Someone said on there, I hope he crashes his car and dies, because they don't have a coin-op dryer for maybe a week.
Yeah, and when you said strong language, like the Reddit subheading or whatever it is, I'm tired of Halifax slumlords, which obviously is going to get a bunch of people engaged.
That's right.
Right? Like that's a hot topic. People are going to go in there. And then he's like, I told him for months the hot water tank was leaking, and then it blows and he doesn't replace it for 3 days. And then he replaced it with a 40-gallon, even though we have 6 units here. So I really look forward to scheduling my showers around, the other people in the building, and we've had to disconnect the dryer, so we just left the cord hanging there. And there's always, always, always more to these stories. And a couple things check out, like obviously you would replace it with an electric unit because you're taking out the oil boiler.
Yeah.
So you have to get an electric unit. If you've tried to replace an electric hot water tank right now, they are legitimately in low supply. Just like you can barely get breaker boxes.
Both
and
are in
panels.
low supply.
Or panels or appliances or
You
anything,
can't get
right?
anything. So if it broke on a Friday, yeah, good luck trying to get that before Monday. Does it suck?
Get a trades guy.
Yeah, absolutely. It sucks, but that is not surprising in its own right. And obviously, you'd put an electric unit, not an oil one, because the furnace and the oil combustible source is being ripped out. Now, trying to run a 220, if you have to run a 220 off an existing host meter and it happens to be fuses, which it probably is or something like that, it is not that straightforward to run a new 220 line. So a dryer takes a 220 as well, probably BX cable. So you just turn it around and run it in there. And then, yes, the dryer is going to be out of commission for 3 days. And someone commented today on one of our things, it's like, because we made a comment that had the words real money, and someone was like, yeah, real money, just like the real money I put into your dryer that doesn't work. It's like, like you want the two loonies back, like, trying to get, anyway. And that size hot water tank is plenty for 3 units.
That's the thing. The plumber put in a tank. They knew what the usage was, and they're like, I think there's 3 units on it. Yeah. And they said, this is a big enough tank for it. Like the plumber put in what was required, because also the cost between like the sizes of tanks is like marginal.
Oh, it's like $100.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, 40
it's irrelevant.
60, it's not anything.
So he would have just done whatever fit the usage. And then another additional weird one is, because they linked all of my stuff online, people again who don't live in the building, have nothing to do with it, have also taken it upon themselves to text message me.
Right. Yeah.
So I'm waking up to text messages from random phone numbers, being like,
and at first you're super excited.
Right.
And then you read the text.
Yeah. At first I'm like, ooh, what came in overnight? Yeah. And then I open it and I'm like, really? Like random people feel the need to like text me and say like weird offside stuff because that helps the situation. I don't really know.
This is the challenge too with like, there's obviously a lot of history there. This is the guy who went to the news previously. And, so there's history there. He's he's had success with a viral Reddit campaign before.
True.
So he's just going to go over that same trodden path. And but doxing people and putting their info out there, that's a little bit suspect, because you shouldn't be getting people. I joked before we started that I want to do a segment called like mean tweets and just read out the stuff people say. Pretty good content.
We're getting there now.
And it's not like you're trying to hide or hide your information, but like, how is it relevant for it to be publicly available to people who have nothing to do with the situation?
Yeah, exactly. And it's not like him and I had a conversation or anything like that.
Right.
So
it's just super weird to be a grown adult, go online and see other people's business and be like, yeah, me too. I'm going to get in on this with this person I don't know. Like, that's weird, man. If you're a grown adult doing that, you're a weirdo.
The other thing I'll point out too, just since we're just going off on this person in some sense, is he also, during showings for other units, has the windows open with the music blaring, like rap music. Mm-hmm. And he got a beware of dog sign put on the front of his unit. Mm. Like just trying to create the tone that it's bad there.
Sweet. Rap music and dog friendly. I'm into this place. Let's go.
When I was broke, I had rich habits. When I was broke, I had rich habits.